Hey everybody, Dylan here. Today we begin an exciting new era for our bonus podcast, Are You Afraid of Dylan and Dalton? You've probably heard us talking about this on the pod universe, but here's the TLDR. Every month on the bonus pod, Dalton and I come up with a pitch for a remake or sequel to a movie selected by our patrons, usually set in our bootleg dark universe. We don't write scripts, it's more like our guest episodes where we each come in with the germ of an idea, and then riff until we come up with something we like. For the past year or so, these pitches have been selected by one patron at a time. Starting this episode, we're letting patrons vote on what movie we have to put our spin on. Nominees are submitted by our $25 a month patrons, voted on by our $8 a month patrons and up, and all paid subscribers get to listen to the bonus episode. But some of you aren't paid subscribers and might like a better idea of what patrons are getting for their money. So, as a special treat, we're putting this month's Studio Mandate section on the main feed in its entirety. If you like what you hear, come join us at patreon.com/Dylan and Dalton. And now, our feature presentation. The nominees this month were our first runner-up, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which was nominated by Sunmot. Our second runner-up, The Page Master, nominated by Design Skeleton. We also had The Exorcism of Emily Rose, nominated by Serpenthrope. Dog Soldiers, which is a werewolf movie from Cadle. The Devil's Advocate, which I was kind of rooting for, because I almost put it into the courtroom reverse.
Yeah.
From Brent. And Let the Right One In from Bijou Daye.
All great picks.
Yeah. Really good picks, but there would only be one champion from someone who was not even in the Discord to campaign for themselves.
Speep.
Other people lobbied. Oh, Speep did join eventually.
Yeah, Speep did join.
Joined the Discord just to lobby for this pick. Speep selected the animated film Boss Baby.
The Boss Baby.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's called The Boss Baby.
It is called The Boss
Baby.
An absolutely incomprehensible film.
I will read your Letterboxd review aloud because I got a kick out of it. This is what Dalton had to say about Boss Baby. Imagine having the unique and vanishingly rare opportunity to make a film in Hollywood. You have a budget. You have a studio and marketing and actors and a team of animators. You have access to artists, the best in the world, all ready to bring your vision to life. This happens in a relative way to almost nobody. It's an enormous privilege and responsibility. You're contributing directly to the culture of global cinema and even more importantly to children's cinema, influencing a whole generation of kids who will grow up on your movie. And you decide to make Boss Baby. You would not see heaven.
Yeah. I can't begin to fathom the thought process, but well, okay, I can. It's the thought process behind this movie is, wouldn't it be funny if a baby acted like a businessman?
Okay, so clearly the genesis of this is, I'm certainly not the first parent to say this, once you have a kid, they are in charge. They rule your household. You have to bend to their every will, especially in infancy, because you cannot reason with them, and you are not allowed to kick them out.
Yeah, kicking them out is frowned upon.
Yes. This movie is about a 7-year-old named Tim, whose parents usually shower him in love and affection. They bring home a new baby brother, and something's up with that guy. The baby brother, he wears a suit, he has a briefcase.
What the hell?
He seems to be scheming.
What the hell?
And it turns out he can talk, and he's scheming with other babies who are also kids of work friends of his parents who are in marketing for like a dog company.
That's freaking crazy.
And all right, so it turns out, in the world of this film that we are told to take with a grain of salt from the very beginning, a thing that I wish it didn't do, we are told from the beginning this is how the 7-year-old remembers it, as narrated by the adult version of the character, voiced by Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
We're supposed to imagine that this is some version of the real story of him learning to love his brother, that he turned into this big imaginary yarn because he has a big imagination. But I don't think that adds a lot to the movie, except for in bits where they do kind of action sequences and like the scale of the action changes based on the perspective of the character. That I like.
Mm-hmm.
There are things about this movie that I do like. There's almost no movie I can say I like nothing.
The 1.5 stars I gave it because for the animation. There's some
animation's great.
There's some great animation in here. Those people at Dreamworks know what they're doing.
The baby, voiced by Alec Baldwin as himself, as Jack Donaghy, basically.
Yeah.
He has been sent by Baby Corp, which is the secret organization that produces babies and is responsible for keeping the value of babies up in the finite market of love in the world. Really weird stuff.
The whole central conflict of this is just, I don't know how much disbelief I can suspend.
Okay.
To say that puppies are threatening babies?
Puppies are threatening babies in the market of, like, there's a finite amount of love in the world, And dogs are starting to edge in on baby's territory, and so they need to make sure they restore the balance by preventing the release of a product that is going to, a surprise product, a secret product that is going to make puppies so loved that no one will want to have a baby anymore. This is supposed to be from the imagination of a 7-year-old, so maybe that's why you throw that sort of little extra layer on top where it doesn't have to make sense because we're supposed to think of it as something that a 7-year-old would come up with.
It sure doesn't make sense.
Babies in this world are delivered and created by Baby Corp and distributed to families, except for a few of them. They get assigned to become management. They drink a magic baby formula that keeps them babies forever. So they become adults in every way but in their bodily form.
Yep.
And then they get to perform missions like this one, where the boss baby, who is only ever referred to as boss baby until the very end of the movie, he is supposed to infiltrate this family, find out what the puppy co is up to, and stop it so that babies continue to be the most loved thing in the world.
Sure. You got all that?
Now, the conflict for Timmy is he has the very relatable problem of being an only child who suddenly has to share his parents with a little baby who needs a lot more attention than he does. And so he's feeling that love deficit. He believes that there's a finite amount of love in the world because he believes he's getting less now.
Yeah.
So in order to get the baby out of the house, complete his mission, they team up.
Yep.
So that they can get this done, and then the baby can go back to Baby Corp, get a big promotion, and the parents can have all memery and evidence of the baby erased from their life.
Yes.
One of the most horrific fucking ideas. Truly a fucked up thing to put in your kid's movie.
But where are they going to think all that money of theirs went for the past 6 months?
So it's mostly, they do capers. The capers are watchable for the most part, except they have this stupid sort of Mrs. Doubtfire subplot that I fucking hate. It's really lazy and really, really dumb.
There's so many shots of baby asses.
Oh, yeah. Poop and butts humor. I mean, it's a movie about babies for little children. Butts are basic.
This opens with the boss baby under threat of getting a pacifier shoved up his ass. That is like the first joke of the movie, is that if he doesn't change something real quick, a robot is going to shove a pacifier up his asshole.
There's a big mythology that's generated here that we don't really have to do basically anything with. I will say one thing I like about this is Lisa Kudrow was absolutely born to play a cartoon mom.
Sure.
She is immediately recognizable and also like, oh, yeah, of course. That is what a cartoon mom should sound like. She should sound like Lisa Kudrow. Jimmy Kimmel plays the dad. I have no feeling about that at all. Yeah. Steve Buscemi plays the villain. He's never done he's never done anything wrong in his life.
By the way, quick side note. Sarah and I watched The Virgin Suicides last night for the first time.
I've never seen it.
It does have James Woods giving one of the best dad performances I've ever seen. I think James Woods is a piece of shit.
Oh, he's bad, but
if I remember right, but he gives one of the best 70s dad performances I've ever seen.
Okay,
very great dad performance.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
glad you enjoyed it.
Look, sometimes shitty people.
Sometimes
going back to Sean Penn.
Yeah.
Sometimes shitty people.
You just got you put an asterisk next to it and be like,
Leonardo DiCaprio too. I mean,
don't care for that guy,
but man, he can act his ass off.
So far, it seems as if all of his kind of creepiness is within the bounds of enthusiastic consent. But we don't have to like it.
No. Anyway, back to Boss Baby, which
Boss Baby.
I would say my consenting to watching Boss Baby was not enthusiastic, but I did consent.
You're gonna like my idea.
I can't wait because I have nothing.
We're doing a Dark Universe take on Boss Baby, and I've got an idea of how to do it. So, the central conceit of this movie is a kid is dealing with a baby who behaves like an adult and has a mission to carry out and is a threat to his family life and his family dynamic. I think this baby is fucking possessed.
Okay.
This kid is the only person in his family who
We're getting
knows
the cut abortion storyline from Night of the Living Dead.
The baby is brought home, seems like a normal baby, but almost immediately something is wrong with the kid. He's really good at hiding it from the parents, but the 7-year-old is able to see that this child gets up and walks and talks and has the voice of like fucking, I guess we shouldn't use Brad Dourif because he's already our Satan, but something like that, right? Or maybe it's like Kevin Michael Richardson and it's like this really hilariously deep voice.
That gives us, almost like a Chucky kind of thing.
Yeah. And the thing that this demon has been sent here to perform some task for hell, right? If he doesn't complete this task in a certain amount of time, it will be impossible to remove this demon from the baby's body. So the only choice this 7-year-old has to save the body and soul of his newborn brother is to help a demon complete some kind of task that a demon would want concluded.
Yeah.
So like something bad. He has to do something like kind of evil.
Yeah.
In order to further the purposes of hell. But we still potentially, this should be, I think this is a horror comedy concept, right? There's no, you can't make this walking baby. It can be scary, but it's going to be funny.
I think we need to keep the businessman aspect of the boss baby.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think the idea, like, if we establish not even that he's like necessarily strictly a demon, but someone who lived a past life as a very evil person, like an oil executive.
Uh-huh.
Like he was like a big shot. Yeah, like we'll say he's like an oil executive who dies, goes to hell, and has some sort of like administrative role there. Like he is definitely like keeping hell in check or something. Well, and so he's given this mission.
The structure of our hell that doesn't require that, we already kind of have it run as a business by demons.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it needs to be someone who was a human. It could be somebody who's in the like middle management of hell from the other side, from the demon group. Because I want him to have to understand. There's one element. Sorry to keep cutting you off, but one element I want to have here is like in Boss Baby, the boss baby never had a childhood and has to learn how to be a kid.
Uh-huh.
And that's like the big thing that he has to get out of this. I think here, the demon can be experiencing humanity for the first time.
Yeah.
From the most vulnerable spot, right? I think we lose something if the demon has been human and none of this is new to him.
Okay, so we could do a little bit of fish out of water stuff.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, definitely like someone who has the vibe of like, upper management kind of thing. And he's here to, we got to figure out what he's here to do. He's here to clear something up. Something they would not send a violent demon, but the administrative demon.
Yeah. I kind of think of something violent would be fun, but I do agree that we should keep the businessman thing because this is still the boss.
I think there can definitely be violence involved.
Sure, right?
Yeah.
I think it should still maybe be an act of corporate espionage. But I think that maybe it should be something involving something deadlier than puppies, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe he has to sabotage some study or journalistic expose that is going to hamper some business's ability to harm people bodily. Like, if this were set, for instance, if we made it a period piece and it was set in the 50s and it was about like cigarettes.
Yeah. That's actually kind of fun.
It'd be fun. This kid especially like a naive Christian boy in the 70s and in the 50s who doesn't have the jaded attitude of a modern child.
Yeah, and like is supposed to be living in this sort of nuclear family, right? And like this is like having the very prim and proper mom and dad, and the dad is very much a businessman of his own.
And he works at the cigarette company.
Yeah.
Or maybe he works at the FDA. I don't know. Or something like that. But there's something that's going to come out ahead of where it happens in our history that is going to expose that cigarettes fucking kill you and they know.
Yeah.
And the boss baby is here to be like, no, that ruins a lot of fun for us. We don't like that. We like the slow and painful death from lung cancer, and we want more people to have it. Plus, it's funny to us, right? It's really funny how much you love this thing that kills you. We want to preserve that as long as we can. So you're going to help me kill this journalist or this scientist or whatever, and we're going to keep the secret that cigarettes cause cancer for, I don't know, however much longer we can.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just one way to do it. And also, it has the added bonus of torturing this child, both of these children. Like, this is no fun for the baby, who will be probably, even if you get this demon out, will be scarred for life from the buried memory of this experience of his early life. And this 7-year-old has to deal with this trauma as well. So it's all smiles for the demons.
I gotta find out. Hold on. Do you know when we learned that smoking causes cancer?
I'm sure it didn't happen all at once. I'm sure it was a thing that people found out in waves, depending on how plugged in you were. I'm sure if you were in the business of cigarettes, you knew far earlier than other people. It was probably an open secret for a time. I have no idea. I just kind of assume it works like every other thing.
Damn, it does look like we knew in the 50s, because I was thinking,
how early in the 50s? Because we do this in 1951. It's perfect.
no, but here was the idea that I was going for.
Okay.
That I don't know if we can make work. We set this in 1963. And the idea is that, okay, evidence is mounting that cigarettes evidence is mounting that cigarettes cause cancer. But the public doesn't want to know about it. The cigarette companies are putting the lid on it. But this demon knows that in just one short year, President John F. Kennedy is going to be diagnosed with lung cancer, and that will motivate the entire nation and the world
as a patriotic duty. They have to quit cigarettes.
They have to quit cigarettes. It's going to be a massive.
At that time, it would end cigarettes overnight.
Yeah, and so the boss baby sells it to the kid as, we have to stop John F. Kennedy from dying of lung cancer. What he doesn't tell the kid is how they're going to do that. And so our movie becomes about a 7-year-old and his baby brother assassinating John F. Kennedy to stop the entire country from turning against cigarettes all at once.
Stop drilling, you've hit oil.
Okay.
I don't care if the expose happened before that, because this works even if that, right? So people probably wouldn't buy it or they didn't care, but their beloved president, I mean, granted, he wasn't universally loved, and no president really, at least in, people hated FDR.
Sure.
Right? But he was a pretty popular one.
Yeah.
And his death was one of those things that united the country for a time.
And he would have been diagnosed with lung cancer very young.
Yes.
And so it would be a tragedy.
It would scare a lot of people.
It would scare a lot of people.
And he would quit cigarettes and he would make it a thing for other people. So he dies of lung cancer or just gets diagnosed?
He's going to be diagnosed with like stage 4.
Okay,
so he will die.
But he gets to make that appeal himself as the president of the United States when people still listen to the president of the United States.
Yeah.
God, I wish fewer people did now. I think it's great. I think that's great. I love it.
And they end up roping in their babysitter, Lee Harvey Oswald.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. This is still animated.
Yeah.
It is written and directed by Jonan Vasquez.
Who's that?
Squee, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, and Invader Zim.
Yeah, for sure.
We give him the
DreamWorks
joint.
budget.
Yes, and we tell him he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, but it is about a businessman baby, his older brother, and their babysitter, Lee Harvey Oswald, who is just unwitting. The babysitter never has any idea. Yeah.
Because to him, she's just Mr. O.
Mr. O, yeah. Our babysitter, Mr. O, who is going to end up taking the fall for all of it. And the kid having, the optimistic, like, oh, we're just going to save the president from dying of cancer. And the boss baby the whole time is planning this assassination.
Okay.
And one of them, of course, will be the boss baby ends up in the book depository with the gun. And Tim is on the grassy knoll. And so, it turns out there were multiple shooters. And that's the Dark Universe boss baby.
All right.
Which makes it canon that in the Dark Universe that you all know and love, President John F. Kennedy was shot by a baby. And that is canon.
It's canon now. Oh, yes. Dalton, you came in here. You said you had no ideas.
I was building it off your foundation.
I knew you were gonna add something great.
Look,
I knew that was gonna happen.
That was teamwork.
I love this show.
Oh God,
that's right. You know the lesson you should take from this is that you should throw whatever you want at us,
yes.
And we will make lemonade out of whatever sour ass lemons you put in our basket.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it. Sign up for $25 a month this month to nominate a movie within the next 7 days, and or sign up at $8 a month or more to vote on those nominees, and or if we put this episode on the main feed, which I think we might do, sign up at $5 a month just to keep listening to these once a month.
Yep.
In addition to the regular main feed that we do. And you can start a 7-day free trial for that at patreon.com/Dylan and Dalton.